The following contains mature content. You've been warned.
From Wondery, I'm Mark Ramsey, and this is part 4 of Inside Jaws. Everybody, quiet down, please. Everybody, let me have your attention, please. July 13, 1916, Matawan, New Jersey. Our community has been rocked by the appalling and senseless murders of our friends, our neighbors, and our children by a man-eating terror off our shore. As your mayor, I want to announce that President Woodrow Wilson has authorized the Coast Guard to hunt down the monster and kill it. Meanwhile, we will not sit idly by. We live in this community. We work here. Our families live here. We deserve safety and security, and we deserve it now. So, I am also announcing a $100 bounty to the person who kills this creature. I speak for us all when I say we want this beast dead. A $100 bounty for the head, the tail, the whole damn thing. Inside Jaws is pleased to have Audible as its presenting sponsor. Did you know that when you pause listening to an audiobook on Audible, you can pick up right from where you left off on any device? Phone, car, tablet, Amazon Echo, right from where you left off. Try doing that with a paperback. Oh, I forgot to pack it. Oh well. If you haven't tried Audible yet, now's the time. Start a 30-day free trial and your first audiobook is free. Just go to audible.com/JAWS to get started, or text JAWS to 500-500. That's audible.com/JAWS, audible.com/JAWS, or text JAWS to 500-500. And stay tuned at the end of this episode to hear about a pick from our summer hearing list. From New England to Florida, the beaches were empty, the ocean toxic, the hotels vacant. All up and down the shore, they gathered. If a man had a gun and a boat and access to explosives, he brought them. Everything that moved was a target. The one purpose in which everybody shares, wrote the New York Times, is to get the shark, to kill it, and to see its body drawn up on the shore where all may look and be assured it will destroy no more. Somewhere, out there, they were all being watched. January 1973, Manhattan. Peter Benchley had spent the past year doing what he did best. Doing the only thing he knew how to do. Writing. And finally, it was done. He was here in his publisher's office to deliver it personally. Peter Benchley to see Mr. Congdon. Of course, Mr. Benchley, have a seat and I'll let Mr. Congdon know you're here. He held the manuscript tight against his chest. He quit everything else to focus on this project. 1 solid year of nonstop hard work. And for that year, he had been paid a grand total of $7,500. He'll be right with you, Mr. Benchley. He's having a very busy day today. By the day the paperback sale closes, he had been out of work for 8 weeks. He had only $600 in the bank. He was about to take a job, any job he could find, just to put bread on the table. But between the time Peter Benchley delivered his final manuscript and the time the paperback rights sold, something remarkable happened. His publisher, Doubleday, read the book and they liked it a lot. That sparked a bidding war for the paperback rights, a war that yielded a check for $575,000. That was big money. All of a sudden, before the book was even published, before it became a smash bestseller, there was a vibration felt across the entertainment world. This fish story was a phenomenon in the making. There was blood in the water. And 3,000 miles away, two venerable sharks of the movie industry began to circle. April 17, 1973, Hollywood. Dick Zanuck and David Brown at Universal are calling Peter Benchley. They want the movie rights for Jaws, and they'll say almost anything to get them. They're up against Columbia and veteran director Stanley Kramer. David, we cannot let Stanley get this deal. He'll ruin it. Yeah, it's a Jaws world. No. Judgment at Amity.
Hello?
Peter! It's Dick Zanuck and David Brown at Universal.
That's so funny. I just got off the phone with Stanley Kramer at Columbia.
Oh, we love Stanley. Yes, we love Stanley. He'd do a fine job on this, Peter, but we want to convince you that we could do better. And so began the sales job to end all sales jobs. The pitch worked. Terrific. We'll have legal get you the paper, and then we'll get rolling on development.
Great, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, congratulations, Mr. Zanuck, and congratulations, Mr. Brown. So, Dick, what do you think we're talking budget-wise? Well, I think we can keep all our promises to Benchley and still make it as a low-budget picture for maybe $750,000? You know that a lot of this movie is set on water, right? That's a filmmaking nightmare. You're right. Maybe $1 million. David, how much of this movie is set on water? A lot of it. Zanuck and Brown could feel their blood pressure escalate. Maybe we should have read this book twice. October 1973, Hollywood. Spielberg was waiting. He was in Dick Zanuck's office, waiting. He wasn't eating, he wasn't sleeping, he was doing a lot of waiting. Where was Dick? When was he coming back? Any minute now. Okay, fine, I'll wait. He fidgeted with a paperweight on Dick's desk. It was a promotional piece from Hitchcock's Psycho, a glass model of the famous Psycho house. And it was sitting atop some book galleys, one of the projects Zanuck Brown was hoping to develop. As Spielberg slid the paperweight to the side, he saw the title on the unpublished galleys. On the cover, a stamp from the Universal Story Department, Reject. I think I can do something with this. This would be fun. He looked around. Nobody watching. He collected the galleys and hid them under his arm. Mr. Zanuck will be right here, Mr. Spielberg. Are you sure you don't want to wait? No. I'll catch up with Dick later. Thanks. Wait, Mr. Spielberg. You dropped this. Oops. It was a sheet of paper that had fallen from the pile under Spielberg's arm. Oh, thanks. Where is he? I don't know, but he's late. Dick Zanuck and David Brown are waiting. They had already rejected their first pick as director of Jaws. He at least had worked on water. He was John Sturges, who translated Hemingway's Old Man in the Sea to the big screen. Well, it was less Old Man in the Sea and more old Spencer Tracy on the tank in the studio lot. Next, can I get you gentlemen something? Martini, dry. Make it 2. Hey, there he is, over here. Well, lunch at 21 in New York. I feel like an investment banker. They were meeting the director, Dick Richards. He was a fresh face in the business. He made his debut at Fox in 1972 with a Western, The Culpeper Cattle Company. So, you read the book, Dick? What do you think? I think it has really great potential. I see the whale as a malevolent force of nature, driven to kill. The shark, yeah. It's a primal force, a reptile urge driving it to devour anything in its path. This whale is the devil himself. You mean the shark, yeah. It's going to be challenging to shoot on water, of course, and we'll need a trained whale. God damn it, Richards, this isn't a whale, it's a fucking shark. 2 martinis dry. I need another martini. Sir, you haven't even sampled this one yet. I need another martini, god damn it! This was not working at all. Neither Zanuck nor Brown wanted to go out to sea with a director who didn't know the difference between a whale and a shark. Well, Dick, maybe third time's the charm. Who's next? When you're on the ocean all day like the Jaws crew, grooming is not a priority. Retaining your sanity is. But eventually you're back on dry land. Then, sanity intact, looking good matters. And that's where Dollar Shave Club comes in. Yes, that Dollar Shave Club. They're more than just razors. Did you know that? Well, they are. They deliver everything you need to look, feel, and smell your best. You name it, shampoo, conditioner, body wash, toothpaste, hair gel. I'm a big fan of their Dr. Carver shave butter. I don't know who Dr. Carver is, but he sure knows shave butter. Here's a great way to try a bunch of Dollar Shave Club's products. For just $5, you can get their Daily Essentials Starter Set. It comes with Body Cleanser, One Wipe Charlie's, the world-famous shave butter I was talking about, and their best razor, the 6-blade Executive. Keep the blades coming for a few more bucks a month and add in shampoo, toothpaste, or anything else you need for the bathroom. Check it all out at dollarshaveclub.com/jaws. That's dollarshaveclub.com/jaws. You know, when I think about hair issues, my mind goes to snake oil salesmen and hair plugs and all of the mess that goes along with that. But let me tell you about something I just heard about that's really changing the game. It's called Nutrafol. It's a new, safe, and effective strategy to take control of your hair health. It's made with 100% drug-free nutraceutical ingredients, clinically shown to improve thinning hair. These are pills, but they aren't magic pills. Just a great strategy to grow hair from within by nourishing the environment that makes hair happy. It's that simple. Nutrafol has formulations for men and for women because we have different metabolic needs. Their formula for women is specifically developed with women's lifestyles and life cycles in mind. Did you know that for women, stress plays a huge role in hair thinning? Lack of sleep can cause inflammatory markers in the body to increase, which can damage hair cells. Nutrafol can help with that. My wife just started taking Nutrafol, and I know she's looking forward to happier hair. Whatever your hair means to you, it's worth fighting for. To get your first month's supply with a subscription for just $10, visit Nutrafol.com and use promo code JAWS during checkout. That's Nutrafol, Nutrafol.com, and use promo code JAWS. Steven! Dick, I want to make this movie. Are those the Jaws galleys? I wondered where those went. I want to make this movie. How long have you had these? I've been looking for these. Dick, I want to make this movie. I heard you the first time, Steven. Sit down. Why Jaws? Dick, Sugarland had great critical reception, but no box office. I want to prove to you, to everybody in this town, that I am more than art house. Kid, this is a big production. Locations, water. We'll need shark trainers and sharks, miniatures. Something like this, it can go haywire. It can spin out of control. And if it does, having an experienced hand at the wheel will allow us all to sleep easier. Dick, I know I am up to this project. I'll make it good. I'll make it fast. I'll make Universal proud. I'll make you proud. And most important of all, I'll make myself proud. Please, Dick. Zanuck didn't have a better idea. And he liked Spielberg's work and enjoyed working with him. Besides, Zanuck was exaggerating how hard production would be. Just get some sharks and some trainers and some miniatures and shoot the whole thing in a tank in front of a process screen, right? Come on, Dick, it's like the sequel to Duel, but on water. I mean, Duel has 4 letters, Jaws has 4 letters. It's kismet. Zanuck wanted both a film and a movie, and that's why he picked Steven Spielberg. Kismet. Okay, Steven, it's yours. Do me proud. Thank you, Dick. Oh, Dick, one thing. No process screen. I don't want this to look like it's shot in a studio. Okay. And I don't want to shoot this in a water tank. It needs to be in a real boat on the real ocean if it's going to feel and look real to the audience. Steven, nobody has ever shot a movie with a small boat on the ocean. Nobody. Ever. And about the trained sharks, I've been asking around. You can't train sharks. What do you mean? Gene Kelly can dance with a mouse, but you can't train sharks. We'll need a mechanical shark. Probably several. Zanuck was speechless. Jaws was a go, no question about it, but what exactly had he gotten himself into? Come in. Winter 1974. Young Steven Spielberg's next project would be Jaws. It was what he wanted, and it was what terrified him. Hi, Mr. Hathaway, I'm Steven Spielberg. Hi, sit down. So, what can I do for you? In moments like these, moments of great doubt, Spielberg turned to the giants of the film business, men who had tread this path many times before, men who could understand and advise him. Henry Hathaway was a legendary Hollywood director whose work stretched from the silence to contemporary westerns. He had worked alongside everyone from Cecil B. DeMille to John Wayne. Well, Mr. Hathaway, Hank, Hank, I'm about to go into production on a movie for Universal. What I'm doing, what you do, it's what I've wanted all my life. But when I'm in front of hundreds of people, cast and crew, I can't shake the fear that I don't know what I'm doing. I'm overwhelmed. I'm in a panic. This can't be how it is, right? I must be wrong for this. It must be wrong for me. Hathaway opened his desk drawer and pulled out a bottle of scotch. He poured 2 shots. He threw one back. And then he waited for Spielberg to do the same. Steven, you can't function unless you're overwhelmed, can you? You're at your best when everything is at the edge of chaos, right? Yes. And it makes you a nervous wreck. Right. Let me tell you something, young man. That feeling you have, everybody who makes movies feels that way. But here's the thing. You can't ever show it. You have to guard that secret with your life. March 1974, 2 months before shooting begins. So, Joe, can we do it or not? Steven Spielberg was meeting with production designer Joe Alves. It was Joe's job to manufacture a shark that audiences wouldn't laugh at. Yes, we can do it. And will the shark work? He wanted to say, I honestly have no idea, or I hope to God so, but the best he could come up with was, yes, absolutely. And so it was that the Jaws production team would set out to do what no one had done before, make a life-size animatronic creature, the star of the movie, and make it work. Yes, absolutely. They would need 3 sharks, each weighing 2,000 pounds and costing $150,000, each requiring more than 24 operators. One was a platform shark. It was attached to an undersea track by a crane so it could surface and submerge. One shark could only turn right, another could only turn left. One was a sled shark that slid through the water. All 3 were mostly plastic with steel hydraulic skeletons. 2 were only half sides, shark on one side, steel infrastructure on the other, like some kind of seafaring Terminator robot. Here they are, Mr. Spielberg. They look great, Joe. If by great, you mean one shark that goes up and down, and two other half sharks that only go left or right. They look great, Joe. Did they work okay when you tested them in the ocean? Joe Alva's face went ashen. And his team's zeal to make 3 animatronic sharks, they forgot to test them in the very environment where they'd be used in the movie. Underwater. Did they work okay when you tested them in the ocean, Joe? He wanted to say, I honestly have no idea, or I hope to God so, but the best he could come up with was, yes, absolutely. Like everything else in the making of Jaws, casting was an ordeal. Spielberg was in his office at Universal meeting with producer Dick Zanuck. Stephen, you know my wife, Linda Harrison, right? Of course, Dick. She was fabulous as Nova in Planet of the Apes. Well, she's been eyeing the role of Ellen Brody, the police chief's wife. She really wants it, Stephen, and I kind of promised it to her. Well, she's a great actress, and I owe you a lot, Dick.
Mr. Spielberg, Sid Sheinberg on line 1.
Hold on, Dick.
Steven.
Sid Sheinberg was Spielberg's mentor and protector at Universal. Stephen owed him a lot. Hello, Sid.
I'm not on speaker, am I?
No, Sid. What can I do for you?
Steven, I know you're doing pre-production on Jaws, so let me get right to the point. You know my wife, Lorraine Gary, right?
Sure.
Well, Lorraine is a wonderful actress, as you know. She really wants the role of Ellen Brody, the police chief's wife, so I kind of promised it to her.
Linda will be so happy when I give her the news, Stephen.
Lorraine will be thrilled. Steven, are you still there? Steven?
Oy vey. Lorraine Gary won the role, of course, but not before Universal head Lew Wasserman shot in a call to the producers of the popular Airport series. Add one more passenger to Airport 75, he said, and they did. That passenger was Linda Harrison. April 5th, 1974. Less than 30 days before shooting begins. The locations were locked, the sharks were under construction, but much of the cast was still up in the air. And the script, let's not even talk about the script. Spielberg and Dick Zanuck were lunching in the Universal commissary. Dick, who do we have for Chief Brody? Well, Chuck Heston really wants the role. Heston? I don't know, Dick. He's already saving a Boeing 747 in Airport 75, and he's saving LA in earthquake. He has conquered the air, the land, and an entire planet full of apes. Can't we let somebody else conquer the sea? I want us to take another look at Roy Scheider. Scheider was primarily a supporting player and a tough, gritty actor. But he wasn't a Heston-style superhero, and that appealed to Spielberg. Here was an everyman. Someone who could summon the courage to do the impossible when it absolutely, positively had to be done. What about for Hooper, the shark expert? Jon Voight already said no. There's Jeff Bridges, Timothy Bottoms. What about this guy? Who is he? He looks like a nerd. Richard Dreyfuss, he was in American Graffiti. He does look like a nerd. He looks exactly like a nerd. He looks like the underdog, and that's what Hooper needs to be. Okay, fine. That leaves Quint, the shark hunter. And don't mention Joseph Bologna to me again. He'd be perfect. Forget Joseph Bologna. Lee Marvin said no. Sterling Hayden has tax troubles. You know Bobby Duvall is interested. Robert Duvall, I don't know. I see him and I think The Godfather. I need a better idea. What about Robert Shaw? From The Sting? Yeah, we worked with him on The Sting. He was terrific. I don't know. I hear he hates Jaws. He called the book a piece of shit written by committee. Well, he must have been balls to the wall drunk at the time. Robert Shaw once said, "Drink for actors is an occupational hazard born largely out of fear." Well, Dick, I do believe we have found our Quint. Casting was the easy part. Ahead, one of the most difficult movie shoots in history stretches a studio, a cast, a crew, and a director to the breaking point. That's next time on Inside Jaws. From Wondery, this is a 7-part deep dive inspired by the story behind an unforgettable classic movie. This has been part 4 of Inside Jaws. Written and narrated by Mark Ramsey, audio design and production by Jeff Schmidt, produced by Mark Ramsey Media. Executive producers, Marshall Louis and Hernan Lopez for Wondery. Subscribe now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, Wondery.com, or wherever you're listening right now. If you like what you're hearing, we'd love you to give us a 5-star rating and review us. And be sure to tell your friends and show them how to subscribe. Find a link to subscribe to Inside Jaws and more information on the episode notes. Just tap or swipe over the cover art. You will also see some offers from our sponsors. Please support this show by supporting them. For more information and to comment on this show, visit our website, wondery.com/InsideJaws. Tweet us at InsideJaws. Inside Jaws is pleased to have Audible as its presenting sponsor. At the beginning, we told you we'd be back with a pick from our summer hearing list crafted with our friends at Audible. Here's my recommendation for this week, It by Stephen King. I love almost every story Stephen King has ever imagined, and It is near the top of that list. If there's anything scarier than a great white shark, it's a clown, I say. And the audiobook of It is narrated by Steven Weber, not only a great actor, but also a frequent Stephen King collaborator. He was Jack Torrance in the TV miniseries version of The Shining. Look, why read the book when you can hear the experience? When you pack that Hawaiian shirt this summer, don't forget your Audible, and don't forget It by Stephen King. Audible is offering our listeners a free audiobook with a 30-day free trial membership. Just go to audible.com/jaws and look for It by Stephen King. Audible's unmatched selection of audiobooks is going to keep you entertained all summer long. Just download a title for free and start listening. It's that easy. Go to audible.com/jaws or text JAWS to 500-500. That's audible.com/jaws, audible.com/jaws, or text JAWS to 500-500 to get your first audiobook for free. You're going to need a bigger boat.